Antonio starts right now.
Hi there. Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 2nd.
Thanks for joining us. Happy birthday to Mark. If you're just joining us now, it's a special day here in GMSA.
Thank you. Who was that? Max?
Max. You looked at Justin
over here.
It doesn't sound like
You're like, Justin sounds different today.
Coming out of the shadows.
Happy to know I finally got the cake frosting out of my nose from the early edition. Of
That is
GMSA.
good. That is good.
It was a good move. It was
Thank
a
you
good move.
very much.
I like that.
It's going to go on my highlight reel for my broadcasting career.
It should. Happy birthday, by the way, Mark.
Thank you.
Hope you have a good one. It is one of those days where you probably want to spend your birthday inside.
Done.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much know that by now, the way this forecast is going. High pressure, very much in control still, and we see it there over parts of East Texas. Temperatures today are probably going to be just about where they were yesterday, maybe a degree or two higher. We have lots of heat advisories and excessive heat warnings for much of Texas, Abilene, Dallas, Waco, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, all these places within the excessive heat warning. We're under heat advisories here, but still going to be very, very hot. Weather headlines. We've got a fire danger we've got to talk about because things are drying out. Winds pick up a little bit. We do have a fire concern, and we have that fire out there near Bastrop. I'll update you on that. Plus 100-degree days. We just keep adding to that total. We now jumped into the top 5 for most 100-degree days. We'll look at that too. And then the Guadalupe River, not in good shape. The river flow is near 0 in several spots. Right now, 82 degrees. Dew point is at 73. We've got a south-southwesterly wind at about 7 miles per hour. And as you see there, mostly sunny skies. We'll talk about all those topics, get you an update on the 7-day forecast too, coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Top stories this morning. An East Central High School teacher and coach is being charged with a felony after police say he left his 2 toddlers in a running car alone. The incident happened last week. Rennell Conyers told police he was making food deliveries when he left his 2 young children in the car. He was arrested but is now free on bond. Conyers is listed as a health science teacher at East Central High School and a lacrosse coach.
San Antonio police are looking for the person accused of shooting a man during a robbery this morning. It happened just after 6:30 a.m. on Blanco Road, that is south of Jackson Keller. Police say a man was sitting in his truck with someone else when an armed man came up to him and told them to hand over their wallets. Now, the men did as they were told, but the suspect still shot at them, shooting the driver in the stomach. The other man was not injured. Officers say the suspect took off in a white SUV on Dresden Drive.
And another shooting happened this morning, this one near I-10 in De Zavala around 4 a.m. Officers found a man shot in the stomach at a home on Rocky Pine Wood Street. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Now, his wife was detained for questioning, and their 4 children are now in Child Protective Services custody. It's unclear if there was a domestic dispute or if this was a case of domestic violence. The couple is not cooperating with police, we are told. So far, no charges have been filed.
And let's look at today's 9 at 9.
Donald Trump has been indicted for allegedly trying to corrupt democracy in the United States and overturn the will of American voters in the 2020 election. Prosecutors are accusing Trump of spreading lies about election fraud despite knowing he lost. The indictment says those lies fueled the violent January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Trump will appear in court tomorrow on the new charges.
America's credit rating taking a hit. For just the second time ever, Fitch Ratings has dropped the credit rating of the United States from AAA, the highest level, down 1 notch. The ratings agency pointed to rising government debt and what it calls a, quote, steady deterioration in standards of governance. A lower credit rating could make borrowing more expensive.
Some of the country's major pharmacy chains are urging people to schedule their flu vaccines now before fall begins. CVS is already taking appointments, and the company says it also plans to offer the new COVID-19 vaccine and RSV shots. The government is recommending people 60 and older get the RSV vaccine. Walgreens says it will offer flu shots and RSV vaccines.
Pfizer says it expects a new COVID vaccine to get regulatory approval by the end of the month. The new shot targets the Omicron subvariant XBB 1.5. Pfizer says that it's already manufactured the vaccine and is ready to roll it out in September.
Amazon Clinic is launching nationwide. The virtual health service allows users to connect with healthcare providers to treat common conditions like migraines and sinus infections. After filling out a questionnaire, customers can communicate over video or text message. Other companies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens offer similar services.
With the new school year starting, several districts around the country are struggling with severe teacher shortages. The reason? Low pay, burnout from the pandemic, school violence, and lack of respect from students. To ease the shortage, some school districts are now asking athletic coaches, retired teachers, and even school principals to help out in the classroom.
It appears studios are ready to start negotiating with Hollywood writers again. Writers have been on strike in Hollywood for nearly 100 days. Last month, the Screen Actors Guild also went on strike, but it's unknown if the studios have also reached out to them with a similar request.
Starbucks is ringing up record sales of its elaborate coffee drinks, helping to push overall sales to $9.2 billion in the most recent quarter. But that was a little below expectations. Starbucks quarterly revenues are up 13% compared to a year ago.
$1.25 billion is up for grabs in this Friday's Mega Millions drawing. No one matched all 5 numbers plus the Mega Ball in last night's drawing. The jackpot has been rolling since it was last won back on April 18th. And that's today's 9 at 9. In your morning headlines, Bed Bath & Beyond is back from bankruptcy, sort of.
And a sewing class that ended in chaos, all of it caught on camera.
Max Massey joined us here in the studio with this morning's other headlines. Max, we always ask you this, and we're going to continue. Where do we start today?
Good morning, guys. The sewing chaos is one for the ages. Luckily, no injuries, though. We're starting with debates. I mean, we talk about election season. We talk about it years in the making. Guys, this month is the first Republican primary debate, and we know that there's some strict parameters that you need to make to qualify to earn a spot on the big stage in Milwaukee. So to qualify, August 23rd, that's the first debate. Candidates, you need at least 1% in 3 high-quality national polls or a mix of national and early state polls between July and the end of August. You also need 40,000 donors with 220 or more states. But the RNC, they're not only just looking to this month's debate, they're already looking ahead for the second debate. The RNC, the Republican National Committee, they're planning to impose stricter rules for presidential candidates to make the second debate. Candidates, remember we said you need 1%? Well, for the second debate, you need at least 3% in 2 national polls, or you need 3% in 1 national poll and 2 polls from separate early voting states. This does seem like very specific semantics, but for people like Will Hurd, you need to qualify. Now, candidates must also have a minimum of 50,000 unique voters with at least 200 donors in 20 different states. So we said the first debate, August 23rd, the second, September 27th. And here's the cool part. It's at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California. All right, Halloween, still not for another 3 months, but we do have a return to the grave, or from the grave rather. Return from the grave tale already. Yes, look at that. Hollywood. It is like a Hollywood story. I'm surprised they don't have more and more documentaries about it. Bed Bath & Beyond, back from the dead a month after Overstock.com announced it bought it out of bankruptcy. Overstock's website relaunched as, you guessed it, bedbathandbeyond.com. I know, it's like they never left. The move merges Overstock's online business model and merchandise categories with popular branded products favored by Bed Bath & Beyond shoppers, obviously. Overstock CEO Jonathan Johnson says that all of his company's categories will transition over and new products will also come in. Johnson saying that they've added, get this, more than 600,000 new products to the site since the deal was announced. Overstock, remember, acquired Bed Bath & Beyond's name, intellectual property, and digital assets in June for a measly $21.5 million. All right, it may have been the most excitement ever seen in a sewing class. A woman giving an online sewing tutorial had her session abruptly interrupted when a car careened right into the yard, crashed right outside the window, and here's the cool part, it was all caught on camera. So Jen Wessner, she's a sewing blogger. Good for her. She was recording an instructional video. Someone crashed her session, literally. Things fell off the wall. Jen froze for a few seconds, as you saw in the intro video, then ran to the rescue. Moments later, she was at the door of the car. Look at this. I know. So here's the good news. Everyone's okay. Jen says the driver worked for a food delivery service. She got out of the car, walked around, used her phone, obviously getting all this on video. The car ran a stop sign, hit a drainage ditch, and that sent it airborne. It landed about 4 feet from the house. The ditch saved the day, though. Northport police couldn't say if the driver was ticketed, but a driving school asked to use the video as an example of an epic fail. Jen says the driver did apologize again for landing in her yard. So this is best case situation. Amazing video, no injuries. Everyone walked out happy. Jen was able to sew her life away. All right, Mark, special happy birthday. I know it's your birthday. I'm not trying to push you to retirement. You look great at just, I'm just saying, at just 35 years old, you look fantastic.
Okay.
So that being said,
your math's a little fuzzy, my friend.
have you already thought about retirement?
Of course.
Of course, especially with the lottery. I mean, if you played the lottery last night, how could you not think about retirement? $1 billion?
Gotta go full Tony Stark angle on that.
Wow.
If I win. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Our future Iron Man. We need a new Iron Man. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true.
Well, here's the thing, guys. A new study ranked the best and worst states to retire. Some of the results, they might shock you. So Bankrate, it's a website that looked at 5 different categories across all 50 states. Affordability, overall well-being, the cost and quality of healthcare, weather, which is a huge issue, obviously, and crime. Duh. Experts say older Americans not ruling out places that aren't traditionally top of mind for retirement. As for the worst states for retiring, we're going to start from the worst. We'll go to first. Bottom 5 are all in the Northeast and the West, primarily because of cost of living.
Yeah.
Last year, Florida ranked the best place to retire, but the state that came out on top for 2023, guys, it was Iowa. So here we go. We're going to best.
Interesting.
Iowa,
Out in the cornfield
Delaware,
somewhere.
West Virginia, Missouri, and Mississippi. Let's see. Can we go back to the worst? I didn't want to throw too much shade. Okay.
Yeah.
These are like pretty prominent states.
California.
I'm just going to throw it out here. I mean, look, California, I've thrown enough shade at San Francisco this week, but I'm going to keep piling on. Crime, cost of living, healthcare, you got to wait a long time.
Yeah.
Justin's out here just counting things off his fingers.
Yeah.
So let's go to our great producer, Alex. She polled us this morning, so we went with our choices. I'll start with me because I'm selfish. I went Texas or Florida because, well, you know, crime, low crime, no income tax. I love Texas. Florida's fine.
Aww.
Mark, you went Maine. Why'd you go Maine?
I love New England, especially in the warmer months. I mean,
fair.
Winter stinks, but it's just absolutely beautiful up there. People are so friendly too.
Okay. Steph, what'd you go with?
Texas.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm appealing to our viewers, is what it comes down to.
I'm appealing to lobster, or lobster's rather appealing to me.
That, that's a good point. I think my biggest thing, because I have family in the Northeast, born in the Northeast, raised in Nebraska, but born in the Northeast, I can't deal with the winter and the blizzards. We seldom have snow here, and it even ruins me for that short time period.
Says the Pennsylvania guy. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You shoveled your fair share of sidewalks.
I have. I made some money doing it too.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Well, I'll have you guys up in Maine starting in a couple of years. Okay.
We just got to win the lotto
visit.
first.
We'll just visit.
That's true. Right. Thank you, Max. Right now it is 9/11, 82 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up next.
This event in San Antonio is connecting hundreds of members from the military community with businesses and different opportunities. How this program has changed the lives of military families around the country. Next.
Hundreds of members of the military community are participating in a 2-day event to prepare for and connect them to in-demand careers.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the Boeing Center at Techport Arena, where over 100 employers will participate in a fair today. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Stephanie and Mark. What an incredible event here happening in San Antonio. Just check it out. This room right here is filled with local military and family members. The organization behind this event is Hiring Our Heroes, that has teamed up with Joint Base San Antonio and Port San Antonio since 2011. They have worked to connect the military community with employment opportunities. And this morning we have a special guest. We have Elizabeth O'Brien, Executive Director of Hiring Our Heroes. Good morning, Elizabeth. How exciting is this today?
We love love coming to San Antonio. It's almost like a second home for us because everyone in San Antonio is so supportive of the military community here.
A very packed schedule. Tell us about this event and the schedule for today.
Yep, I think what's most important to know about this event is that it's inclusive. It's inclusive of transitioning service members, veterans, military spouses, and family members. So we want to make sure during transition that we're including everybody that's involved in that process.
A lot going on today. Tell us about this schedule behind you.
Yeah, it's an exciting, pack-filled day. We're kicking off right now, as you saw, and as the day goes on, we'll have an opportunity to learn from experts in industry, and then moving into the afternoon, come on down, because that's where it gets great. We get to go through the hiring event and connect with employers on site.
And connecting to people from all across the country. Tell us about those testimonials. What are people telling you of how they're feeling after going to events like this?
Yeah, we know that people feel more empowered. We know that they're getting on-site job offers. And what's great about San Antonio is they allow us to come in with a holistic approach where we layer in all year. We have programming for military spouses out in the community. We have prep work leading up to the summit to make sure folks are ready. And ultimately, we're able to leverage the grassroots footprint really that we have worldwide for any service member that wants to transition potentially back to San Antonio as well.
And these members and the families, they all have unique skills that they can bring to any job.
Yes, and we know that military spouses, family members, transitioning service members, often it just requires us to take a step back and recognize the skills that we've developed over the course of service, whether that's in service to our country or as a family member. We are strong, we're adaptive, we're innovative, and that's ultimately what employers want.
Innovative. I love that. And that's just what San Antonio brings. Thank you so much. We're going to stick around. And of course, you still have time to join. We're going to have all that information on KSAT.com. We'll send it back to you for now.
Very cool. Thank you, Tiffany.
Let's go outside with live cam. We had a beautiful sunrise this morning. Blue skies out there.
Yeah, really pretty.
Temperatures today will be like if you double Mark's new age. That's where we'll be. I'm not doing the math. It's about right.
Okay, yeah, that's about right. But actually, maybe later in the week.
Yeah. Thankfully, thankfully, we're not doing it with Mike's age because that would be. I'm kidding.
Hard.
It's a joke. Love you, Mike. Just messing with you.
He's gonna come out here.
I know. He's probably listening. Let's take a look at the 24-hour rainfall over the last 24 hours, obviously, and we did get a little bit of rain yesterday, believe it or not. It was a very, very small area. It was like winning the rain lottery yesterday, where it was just a few folks here in Wilson County and Karnes County, where the radar estimates were about 1/4 of an inch, probably didn't even see that much. And then there was a little shower that moved right over Forestville. So if you're watching us from Forestville, you got a little bit of rain yesterday, and that was it. We were hoping for a little bit more. We did not get it. So with that in mind, the lack of rainfall, the drought, we're going to see winds pick up just a little bit today, lower humidities. Fire dangers are really starting to creep up here. And you look across the state, some places are in the very high category here around San Antonio. We're jumping into the moderate to high territory. So we've got to be careful here going forward. And I mentioned yesterday that once we get into the fall, if we start getting some gusty winds with some fronts that move through without rainfall, then we'll be in a real big issue. But the Texas Forest Service has been out there fighting fires. And, with that in mind, a red flag warning is in place for San Antonio and a large portion of the Hill Country. And this is mainly because what we just talked about, the gusty winds and the very, very dry conditions, that fires can spread pretty quickly. And there is a fire that is still burning in Bastrop County. Now, Bastrop County has really had it rough when it comes to fires over the last decade or so. We remember what happened in 2011. But another one here, and this one is covering about 100 acres. It's 50% contained at last check. It's called the Powder Keg Pine Fire, if you're interested. So that's up around Bastrop, but we hopefully won't see any more than that. But that fire danger is there today. 82 right now, dew point 73, heat index is at 87, southwesterly winds at about 7 miles per hour. 80 to 90 degrees at 11 o'clock, up to 93 by noontime. And then by this afternoon, 103 the forecast high. So maybe a degree warmer than yesterday with mostly sunny conditions, and down to 99 at 8 p.m. Another brutally hot day. And the reason for that, of course, our ridge of high pressure, which has moved around a little bit, but it's still nearly over top of us, and that's why we have these heat advisories and excessive heat warnings that spread from San Antonio up to Kansas, over to Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana. Well, a lot of real estate here because this ridge it's a strong one and it's strengthening some. There's a look at the high temperatures today: 107 in Dallas, 108 Wichita Falls, triple digits for much of Texas. And if you're not in the triple digits, places like Corpus Christi, we'll see heat indices well into the triple digits because humidity is so high there. So it's a no-win situation here for us in the Lone Star State. And it's another day where we've got to conserve energy. So it's a CPS Energy Yellow Day. We've got to conserve between 3 and 8 p.m. Texas Power Grid will be taxed today. There is no doubt about it, the way those temperatures are looking. So our futurecast has our ridge high pressure, again, dancing around a little bit, but it is strengthening some. I think it grows and gets a little bit stronger as we head into the weekend, and that means temperatures actually go up. I'm sorry to say. Even into early next week, it's still not far enough out of the way. It moves west some, but not far enough. So our forecast calls for 104 by Friday and Saturday, which would be a record or tying a record there in the case of Saturday, and then maybe up to 105 potentially by Monday and Tuesday. I wouldn't even be surprised if we went a little higher than that in some cases. So this is going from bad to worse, I'm sorry to say.
But maybe after that, a little hint of relief.
There will be relief at some point this year. That much I can guarantee. I just can't tell you when.
This year.
This year.
December 30th. Oh, can't wait.
Oh, yeah, right.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
922, 83 degrees.
Next week is the first day of school for some students, and if they're feeling anxious or nervous about going back, we have some advice on how parents can help them feel more comfortable.
The new school year starts next week for some students. While it may be exciting for some, it can make others feel uneasy.
It's normal to be a little nervous before the first day of school, and kids may have more than one feeling at a time. So that's why CNN's Mandy Gaither is sharing some ways parents can help with back-to-school anxiety.
Subtract summer, add a new classroom, new teacher, new classmates, and maybe a little anxiety about it all.
Will I have friends? Will I like my teacher? Will I find my group?
Licensed Strong for Life therapist Jody Baumstein says it's normal to be anxious about starting something new, and those feelings of anxiety may look different in children than in adults.
If you notice that they are really fidgety or tearful, or they can't make eye contact when you are talking about school, that might be a good indicator that they're feeling some uneasiness.
Baumstein says to first figure out what's causing the anxiety by asking open-ended questions and listening to your child. You can then put their mind at ease through problem solving.
If they're really nervous about being able to unlock their locker quickly, get a lock at home and help them practice it.
While you can't remove all stress in a child's life, Baumstein says healthy habits can help. That includes quality sleep, good nutrition, being active, reducing screen time, and teaching coping skills.
Like learning how to take really deep breaths to calm their body so that their brain is able to think clearly. Or teaching them how to use their senses to bring them into the present moment.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
So health experts also advise that parents should be careful not to put their own anxieties onto children.
And keep talking with your kids about school throughout the year as their feelings may change.
Time now, 9:27 and 83 degrees for now. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including how SAWS is planning to deal with customers who do not follow those watering rules besides handing out citations.
Plus, the city is taking action against feral hogs in city limits.
I don't think the problem has gotten any worse, but again, that's because we're doing what we can to keep it in check.
The damage and safety concern these animals pose and where you can see them.
And right now, checking in with ZooCam over at the San Antonio Zoo. It's always a great day to go to the zoo, and we've got a nice big shady spot there with one of those Egyptian geese looking right at us. That's good. That's a little odd.
Hi, Guy.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, 9:31. The San Antonio City Council is expected to vote on a multi-year contract worth an estimated $175,000 to trap feral hogs on city property.
The vote is expected to happen tomorrow, and Garrett Berringer talked with the City Parks and Recreation Department about the damage and dangers that these pigs pose.
They've seen them up in the areas where that you can get down and access, maybe even over here. I'm not.
In the 511 acres of the city's Medina River Natural Area, there's one animal that's not so natural: feral hogs.
They're big and burly animals, and they are very destructive.
There are estimated to be more than 2.5 million of the invasive species in Texas alone. They can breed early and often.
They can take over an area and run the native species out and destroy the vegetation in an area.
Grant Ellis is the Natural Resources Manager for San Antonio's Parks and Rec Department. He says the pigs are an issue all around the city.
We've seen evidence of hogs at Friedrich Wilderness Park on the north side. We've seen evidence of hogs along the Greenway Trail systems.
And they can grow up to 300 pounds.
If they're scared or threatened. If they feel scared or threatened, they can become aggressive.
One of the big concerns is public safety. You aren't likely to see any wild hogs running across the trails right now, and they want to make sure it stays that way.
The city has had trapping contracts before, but shorter term. This one would last more than 2.5 years, with options to extend up to another 2 years.
I don't think the problem has gotten any worse, but again, that's because we're doing what we can to keep it in check.
Ellis said the proposed contractor, a company out of Lytle, will set up traps where needed.
They can catch usually up to, anywhere from 10 to 15 hogs in a particular trap, depending on its size.
The hogs they catch will be brought to a processing center. They won't be bringing back any Parks and Recs branded pork sausage, but the contractor has reportedly proposed donating any money from selling the pigs over to the food bank. Garrett Berringer, KSAT 12 News.
Let's look out there with live cam. We are heating up, 83 degrees. The sun is out. Yesterday, Justin, it was evening time and we were leaving the grocery store. The sun was not out anymore. And then at first, my daughter was like, hey, it's hot out here. I was like, no, it's not. The sun's not out. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Stepping out from the AC, it is kind of warm out there.
It still is. Yeah. It's hard to find any time outside these days that's anywhere near comfortable. There's a few hours in the morning. It's tolerable. And speaking of, take a look at this picture. Now, it took me a second. The caption here says the moon and the sun in the same photo. And I thought, wait, what? But then I noticed the rear view mirror or the side mirror there. You can see, the moon and the sun. Pretty cool. We appreciate that shot. That is awesome. Thank you for sending that in. And as we look at the weather where you live, New Braunfels 83, heat index is 90 already. Seguin's 81 with a heat index of 88. And Kerrville's currently at 81 with a heat index of 84. Those heat indices you see there on the far right side of your screen will be jumping up into the 90s area-wide here, probably within the next couple of hours. So noontime 93. We top out at 103 today, which is near a record. Mostly sunny skies, and I hate to tell you this, but temperatures only go up from here. How high will they go? Plus, Guadalupe River not looking good. We're going to fill you in on where it stands as far as flow goes coming up here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Justin, we have a traffic alert. Transcat, if you guys are monitoring our newscast right now, if you can zoom in at all any more, that would help. But this is southbound 281, and what you're looking at right now is a wreck southbound 281, and it is now backed up all the way to the Corey Market coming into downtown. This is right before the Hildebrand exit, which is in the foreground. But again, you're looking at the exit that is now blocked a couple of lanes, southbound 281, approaching Hildebrand, big backups coming towards downtown from the airport as we speak.
And heartbreak and sadness. This was one local man felt after seeing his loved one's grave damaged. The man also noticing his loved one's headstone wasn't the only one that was damaged. John Paul Barajas takes us to cemetery number 3 and speaks to people whose family members are buried there about these recent crimes.
Sliced in half, pushed over, broken, and crosses ripped off. No matter where you look, there's a damaged headstone at City Cemetery number 3 on the east side.
Well, these are supposed to be our loved family members, and trying to see this happen, this desecration.
Ruben Lozano says he came to pay his respects to his great-grandfather a week ago, expecting to see this as he did 3 months ago, but instead found the headstone toppled over.
He says, oh my gosh, look. Yeah, it just kind of tugs at your heart.
Lozano often visits the cemetery to reminisce and remember his family's history. His great-grandfather was buried here in 1916 more than a century ago.
I showed a photo of this to my mom. She's 92, and she didn't start crying, but she was close to it.
Now his family wants to know why someone would cause this damage and how they were able to do it.
Knock something like this over, you either have to have several strong guys to do this, or a vehicle with a strap or something to pull it over.
By the look of it, whoever did this took their time going through the entire cemetery. And going forward, Lozano's hoping for a more secure gate and has this message to those responsible.
Come on, guys, have a little respect. I don't think they'd like it if we'd go into their house and start knocking their crap over.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
And Lozano did file a police report. We contacted city officials and sent him pictures of the damage, and they are also looking into the issue. They're asking anyone with information to call 311.
SAWS is considering a change to its watering rules and how it goes after customers who do not follow said rules. Right now, those who violate watering rules can receive a municipal court citation. SAWS, better known as the San Antonio Water System, says it has handed out more than 3,000 of those citations since the beginning of this year. Mayor Ron Nierenberg explained during our KSAT Q&A yesterday at 6:30 p.m. that SAWS could replace citations with a new charge on your bill.
One of those significant changes being, let's not go through a criminal process. Let's not go put it on the courts. Let's talk about it as a fine that could just go onto the SAWS bill. For the 10% or folks or even less that actually go through this, it would be a much more efficient way of reminding folks about our need to conserve water, and it would be an easier way for everyone to handle the situation.
SAWS says that change could make things easier for customers who do not live in the city of San Antonio. It is still collecting public input, and its board is expected to vote on a proposed change within 6 to 8 months. The change would also require city council approval. You can find details on SAWS's proposal and the current watering schedule right now on KSAT.com.
The time now is 9:38 and 83 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
We're getting ready for high school football. Previews continue with our local team still ahead. We're checking in with the Seguin Matadors, plus what to expect at the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic.
And as we continue to deal with these hot temperatures, local businesses are having a tough time as they rely on their outdoor seating and services.
You walk outside and you get punched in the face with this thick air.
Between the construction and the heat, downtown is almost a ghost town.
The changes these businesses are having to make in order to survive when we come back.
And checking back with TransGuide, and thank you to everybody at TransGuide Monitoring that was able to zoom in on this wreck for us that's got one lane closed, at least one lane closed, southbound 281. This is approaching Hildebrand. I know it's a little shaky. It's not much of a breeze out there, but just vibration from that upper level of roadway. We'll be right back. This heat and rising temperatures are tough on everyone, especially those doing business in it. Many businesses and restaurants rely on outdoor seating for service.
RJ Marcus explains what changes these businesses are making to deal with the temperatures and protect their bottom line.
You walk outside and you get punched in the face with this thick air.
The extreme heat is taking a toll, and many local outdoor businesses are working on ways to keep up their bottom line.
Definitely seen a drop in business. People are still coming out. We're still getting a crowd. They're just coming out later in the day.
Taryn Furman owns Elsewhere Garden Bar and Kitchen downtown. He says they have not had to change hours, but with customers not wanting to be outside during the hottest parts of the day, they've adjusted staffing a little bit.
We'll cut people if we're not super busy. But thank goodness I haven't had to let anybody go.
And in an effort to keep their customers cool, Taryn says that they have the misting nozzles here ready to go every night. They also have up to 20 fans on the property. Plus, as you can see around me, there's all sorts of shaded seating in the area, all in an effort to make sure that their customers are out of the direct sunlight.
Around the corner at the Pearl, people are finding any way to stay cool. Restaurants like Southerly told us off camera they're mostly keeping customers indoors, and there are very few requests for outdoor seating.
Between the construction and the heat, downtown is almost a ghost town.
And it's much of the same at El Camino. Ricky Ortiz says his food truck park is seeing a steep decline in business.
We're down in revenue significantly. I mean, somewhere upwards of like 70-80% with all the factors.
Ortiz says that he now has to open on some weekdays as late as 6 p.m. to make sure his customers are comfortable enough to enjoy some food and drinks outdoors.
Sit in the shade and get in front of a fan, and you can sit out here for an hour or two and be fine, just as long as you stay hydrated.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Or we could wait till the evening, because some evenings are not too bad.
No.
I mean, the evenings are okay, and the air has been dry enough in the afternoons to where it's not like the real sticky, kind of humid situation that they have east of us. So there is that, but the middle of the day is rough. It just is. A lot of people probably have plans to do some tubing before the summer's over with. I want to update you on the river situation in Guadalupe. It's not great, as you probably would have guessed by now. You go up to Kerrville, the stream flow is only 3 cubic feet per second. One of the lower readings we've seen since records have been kept there. The stream flow is close to 0, Comfort and Spring Branch, meaning there still could be water there, but it's just not flowing. And once you get past the dam into New Braunfels, the stream flow is 70 cubic feet per second. But you look at the averages, and these are not great. So we're well below average, and the river is just not flowing like it should be. And we know why, because it hasn't rained. Also want to mention that with yesterday's high temperature of 102, we are now officially in 5th place for most 100-degree days, tied with 2020. We're going to keep moving up the list, though. And I think by, well, really next week, we should be in 4th place. And then the big question will become, will we catch the top 3? Nothing that we really want to do here, but it's a possibility too. 2011 had 57. Of course, last year we had 58, and 2009 59. All those years you see on there were rough years, meaning drought years, and it was just terribly hot, which is what we're dealing with this year. 82 right now, 85 Stinson, 84 Kelly and Randolph. We've got south-southwesterly winds anywhere from 5 to 15. Dew points are high right now. We've got dew points in the mid-70s, so the air is still very thick at this hour. But as we've seen over the last week or so, these dew points tend to really come down in the afternoon. And as we said, by the evening hours, it doesn't feel all that bad. Heat index right now is 91 in Converse. Feels like 92 in Castroville, 89 in Boulevardy, 90 in New Braunfels. And these numbers are climbing by the minute. So if you got a morning run planned, go ahead and do it now. You don't got much time left before these temperatures really kind of get very uncomfortable. Forecast temperature for today, we're thinking 103 here in San Antonio, 102 Forestville, 103 Pleasanton. Take your pick, 102, 103. There could be a few places in the hill country that stay just below the triple-digit threshold, but they'll be few and far between. Let me show you the big picture. There is some rain across the country, and it's right around the edge of our ridge high pressure. So you see the high spinning there, but right on the edges, you tend to get some of these disturbances, and there's some really heavy rain falling from Omaha down to St. Louis this morning. Some flooding issues now underway because the rain just hasn't moved much. That's where all the action is. Certainly not here across Texas. We are not seeing anything rain-wise other than maybe a few showers just off the coast down there in the valley. So our forecast calls for high pressure to kind of meander around here, but it grows in strength, and that's the unfortunate part, because I think as it strengthens a little bit by Friday and Saturday, that we can see temperatures really jump up. Right now we're forecasting 104, 105. Could we go a little bit warmer than that? Not completely out of the question. And you see the forecast here. We're just stepping it up pretty much each and every day, and we'll be approaching some records. Today we'll get close. Tomorrow we'll get close. Maybe setting some records Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I know that's not what we want to hear, but it's the reality of it.
Just because we get close doesn't mean we have to do it.
We don't have to. Right. I agree.
It's optional.
Some changes, maybe.
Someday.
Magical changes. We'll take it. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Let's take a look at some sports. This morning's big game coverage preview highlighting Coach Craig Daly and his Seguin Matadors. Last season, the Matadors went 6-5 overall, 4-3 in district, advancing to the first round of the playoffs. They have 15 starters back, 7 on offense, 8 on defense. Players to watch: Corey Daly and linebacker Gavin Gill. The Matadors built a great foundation last season. They're looking to get even better this year.
The team learned how to work together as a team. I know back a couple years back we really didn't work together, but now we're starting to create this bond that we never had with these new coaching staffs and stuff. It's really putting us together.
We learned quite a bit. We learned how to work together as a team, and we just learned to create a bond with each other, like at a personal level, not just on the field. We come together and we help each other with whatever we need.
Countdown is on to their first game. Seguin kicks off its regular season later this month at Alamo Heights on August 25th at 7 p.m. The 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic, brought to you by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers, is rapidly approaching. 2 days, 4 games. The action starts Friday, August 25th with Antonian and Holy Cross at 7 p.m., followed by the triple header on Saturday, the 26th. Get your tickets now online at KSAT.com.
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Very soon, before we know it.
That's true. All right, time now 9:50 and 84 degrees for now. When we come back, a look at the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie hitting theaters today and what the animated adventure is doing differently for the first time.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are back in a new animated adventure voiced by actual teenagers for the first time.
CNN's Rick Damagello talks to the cast and gives us a peek at the movie that's in theaters today.
The heroes in a half shell are back in the animated adventure Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
We must use stealth and cunning to infiltrate the human world and retrieve Go-Gurt.
Okay, Batman.
Dude, what? I'm just trying to hype you guys up, okay?
The film marks the first time actual teenagers have voiced the Turtles.
Hi, I'm Shaman and I play Mikey. Yeah.
I'm Nicholas Cantu and I play Leonardo, or Nardo.
I'm Mike Abbey and I play Donatello.
I'm Brady Noon and I play Raphael.
What? You watch a movie with a humans? Ugh.
You ratted us out.
Hey, don't use that word that way.
The movie features Jackie Chan as Master Splinter and was co-written by Seth Rogen.
He brings so much to this because he is a fan of the Turtles since he was little, so he really knows the ins and outs of these characters, and it's got that Seth Rogen flair. They actually had to tone it down a bit. You guys remember
The teen spirit extends to the film's art style.
We tried to write a story that was about what it feels like to be a teenager, and then gave it this art style that just is reminiscent of the deconstructed way you draw in your notebook margins when you're an actual teen and you don't have formal art training yet.
Enough talk! I dream about fighting every night.
You've got a rage problem, right?
It's not a problem!
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
It's coming to town!
Oh my God!
You want to think... Yeah, it's a big deal. If you want to think cooler thoughts, how about this Christmas movie? The movie Elf is being turned into a classical concert and is hitting 31 cities across North America, including right here in San Antonio.
So local orchestras will perform John Debney's score as the film is projected on a 40-foot screen. The Yuletide cheer begins in November in California and makes its way to the Alamo City on December 1st.
I would love to see that. So it'll be at the Majestic Theater. Pre-sale tickets are on sale now. Ticket sales open to everyone on Friday. For more information about locations, you can head to elfinconcert.com.
That's going to go well here, I think.
Good news, that incident 281 southbound approaching Hildebrand has now cleared. So we are back to normal traffic flow both north and southbound 281 through the Olmos Basin.
That is good news there. We're sorry that Justin couldn't bring you cooler weather, Mark.
I am sorry
on
for
your
that.
birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
You deserved better, my friend.
Next year. No, seriously, enjoy your day.
We shall see, Justin. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Bye, guys.